You hear that stuff all the time, right? Guaranteed returns. To the moon. That isn't financial advice, it's financial poison being sold as the next big thing. And it's exactly why so many people are losing their hard-earned money. TikTok is flooded with genuinely terrible investing advice. So today we're going to debunk the 7 biggest myths that are actively keeping you from building real wealth. I'm Warren, and I've spent years building my wealth the slow, boring, and, most importantly, the effective way. I'm not here to sell you a course. I don't have a rented Lambo parked outside, and I can't promise to make you a millionaire by Tuesday. I'm just here to give you the truth. The difference between a TikTok finfluencer and a real investor? One sells you a fantasy, the other shows you a blueprint. Let's get into it. Myth 1. The penny stock pipe dream. You've seen this one. Some self-proclaimed guru tells you that buying a stock for 10 cents is a no-brainer because it's so much easier for it to double to 20 cents than for a $200 stock to double to $400. It sounds logical on the surface, doesn't it? But in reality, it shows a complete misunderstanding of how the market works. A stock's price is meaningless without context. What matters is market capitalization, the total value of all the company's shares. A 10-cent stock isn't cheap. It's usually the stock of a company that's fundamentally broken, deeply unprofitable, or teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. On top of that, these tiny companies aren't required to file the same transparent financial reports with regulators, so you often have no idea what you're buying. Analysis of these so-called hot tips has shown that the overwhelming majority of penny stocks promoted on social media result in losses very quickly. Believing a low stock price is a bargain is like thinking a car that's on fire is a great deal because it's 99% off. Either way, you're probably going to get burned. Investing in penny stocks isn't investing, it's just pure gambling. Myth 2. Copy the politicians for guaranteed profit. This next one is super seductive because it feels like you found a secret cheat code for the market. The advice is to find websites that track the stock trades of politicians and just copy them. The logic, of course, is that they must have inside information, making their trades a sure thing. But here's the massive flaw they conveniently forget to mention: the delay. By law, politicians have up to 45 days to disclose their trades. By the time you see that information in a TikTok video, any potential advantage is long gone. The market moves in microseconds, not over a month and a half. You aren't getting in on the ground floor, you're showing up to a building that was sold 6 weeks ago. Besides, you have no idea why they made a particular trade. Maybe they sold stock to pay for their kids' college tuition. Maybe they bought stock because of a gut feeling. Blindly copying someone else's moves without understanding the reason behind them is not an investment strategy. It's like following a treasure map, where X marks a spot that's already been dug up. Myth 3. Leverage is free money. This is maybe the single most dangerous myth on this entire list. You'll see some young influencer on TikTok bragging about how they turned $1,000 into $10,000 overnight using 10x leverage, calling it a money hack. Let's be crystal clear. Leverage is not free money. Leverage is debt. When you trade on margin, you are borrowing money from your broker to invest more than you have. Sure, it amplifies your gains. If you invest $1,000 and the stock goes up 10%, you make a cool $100. With 10x leverage, you'd make $1,000. Sounds amazing, right? Here's the catch. It amplifies your losses just as powerfully. If that same stock goes down 10%, which is a completely normal day in the market, your $1,000 investment is now worth $900. But with 10x leverage, you've lost your entire $1,000. Poof, it's gone. Even worse, if the stock drops more than 10%, you can end up owing the brokerage money on top of losing everything you put in. It is the absolute fastest way for a new investor to go completely broke. Look, if you're finding this useful and you're tired of the get-rich-quick nonsense that's everywhere online, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that people want to see real, no-hype financial education, and it helps more people avoid these kinds of dangerous traps. All right, let's get back to the list. Myth 4. Just buy the hype. This is the anthem of every FOMO, fear of missing out, investor. A stock starts trending on Reddit or TikTok, and the advice is simply to pile in. Don't do research, don't ask questions, just buy before you miss the rocket ship to the moon. This is a recipe for absolute disaster. By the time a stock becomes a viral sensation, the smart money has already come and gone. The people who got in early, based on solid research or just dumb luck, are the ones selling their shares to the wave of hype chasers. You're not the one getting rich in that scenario. You are the exit liquidity. You're the person they're selling to so they can cash out their profits. A stock's price going up is not, by itself, a good reason to buy it. Real investing is about analyzing a business's fundamentals, its revenue, profits, debt, and competitive advantages, to figure out its actual worth. You want to buy a great business at a fair price before it becomes a meme. Chasing hype is just gambling on crowd psychology, and the crowd is famous for being wrong. Myth 5: dividend stocks are for boomers. I see this one all the time from younger influencers. The argument is that dividend stocks are slow and boring, and only for old people. They claim that to build real wealth, you have to go all in on high-growth, speculative stocks. Dismissing dividends is like trying to build a house but refusing to use a hammer. You're throwing away one of your most powerful tools. Dividends are simply a company's way of sharing its profits directly with you, the owner. They provide a steady income stream, no matter what the stock market is doing that day. Even better, reinvesting those dividends creates a powerful compounding effect. You use the dividend payment to buy more shares, which then generate even more dividends, and the cycle snowballs, dramatically accelerating your wealth over time. A healthy portfolio needs a mix of both growth and stability. Calling dividends boomer investing isn't just a bad take, it's financially illiterate. Myth 6: an emergency fund is wasted money. This piece of advice is just shockingly reckless. The so-called hack is that you don't need 3 to 6 months of living expenses sitting in a boring savings account. Why let that cash collect dust? They tell you to just use your credit cards for any emergencies and keep all your money working for you in the market. This is like saying you don't need a fire extinguisher in your kitchen because you have a phone to call the fire department. An emergency fund is not an investment. It is financial insurance. It is the only thing standing between you and total disaster when life does what life does. You lose your job, your car dies, or you have an unexpected medical bill. Putting a $5,000 emergency on a credit card doesn't solve the problem. It turns it into a financial catastrophe. Now you're stuck paying 25% interest on a crisis, digging yourself into a high-interest debt hole that feels impossible to escape. An emergency fund gives you stability. A credit card just gives you a high-interest anchor that will drag you down. Myth 7: manifesting wealth is a strategy. Our final myth is a bit more abstract, but it's just as damaging. This is the idea that you can simply manifest wealth into existence. You know the drill? Vibe high, make a vision board, visualize being rich, and the universe will just hand it to you. Let me be clear. A positive mindset is a fantastic tool. It's crucial for staying motivated and focused on your goals, in finance or any other part of life. But a positive mindset is not a plan. Visualization without action is just daydreaming. The universe doesn't respond to your vision board, it responds to your actions. Wealth isn't manifested, it is built. It is built brick by boring brick through disciplined real-world actions. Making a budget, living below your means, earning more, and consistently investing your savings into productive assets over long periods. You can't think your way to wealth, you have to work your way there. So there you have it. Penny stocks, blind copying, leverage, hype chasing. These are not investment strategies. They're financial landmines laid by unqualified people who are usually more interested in their clicks and clout than in your financial well-being. Building real generational wealth isn't about secret hacks or viral trends. It's not sexy. It's about time, discipline, and a relentless focus on proven fundamentals. It's about owning pieces of great businesses for the long haul and letting the quiet miracle of compound interest do the heavy lifting for you. Don't let the noise on social media make you feel anxious or like you're doing something wrong just because you're not getting rich overnight. The truth is, the only get-rich-quick scheme that works is to get rich slowly. You have the power to block out the noise, ignore the hype, and build a truly secure financial future for yourself. If this video helped bring some clarity, please subscribe to the channel for more no-nonsense financial content just like this. And now I want to hear from you. What is the single worst piece of financial advice you have ever seen on TikTok? Let everyone know in the comments below so we can all learn what to watch out for. Thanks for watching, and start investing smart.
Stack it up real high. Come here to be in the know. Come here, enjoy the show. 'Cause it's Warren's money time.